Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Forex Trading Analysis for Worldwide Markets. This is the video for the 1st of March, and today, a little bit later on today, we're going to have a few important numbers. Manufacturing for both the pound and the US dollar. Coming out a little bit later today for the dollar, coming out at 4:30 a.m. for the pound. We have as well Canadian dollar GDP, pretty important number. We'll talk a little bit about the Canadian dollar today, and Ben Bernanke is speaking tomorrow, the chairman of the Fed. So be sure to keep an eye out on that. Little end of the day trading might have some good setups for you tomorrow. So here we might as well get started. So the Swiss franc, talked a little bit about it yesterday. We are still currently sort of stuck above the or stuck just above the range from what we saw the past few days. So we had a break back to the upside, and what it looks like, in my opinion, is we could have a possible push back to the downside and a retest of some type of retest of this range. Somewhere around the 50% retracement sort of lines up with a solid sort of area of resistance here at around 0.9326, which is the close of this bar. So definitely keep an eye out on that level. If we do start to push to the downside, some buying opportunities might be in place. We are a little bit overbought. We didn't quite reach into overbought territory for RSI. I have mine set at 75, so definitely a good level to look at, but we were not quite able to break above that. So it is possible that a further push to the upside could um, endure, but I do like the fact that we are above this most recent high here at 0.9347, and a little bit further back we're just testing the high at 0.9363. So be sure to keep an eye out on those two levels as well. Sort of a shorter term trade right in the middle of a lot of large resistance and support levels. So keep an eye out on this pair for sure, especially with the US dollar news coming out tomorrow. Second pair I want to take a look at is Aussie dollar. We did start to bounce back from the 61.8 retracement level that we saw from yesterday. We're currently sitting at around the 23.6 level, which is sort of one of the less strong of the levels. So it is possible that we could see a pushback to the downside further from this pair. It does look like we have sort of tested the upper bounds of where the Aussie dollar is willing to head, and it's possible we could see some US dollar strength possibly tomorrow if Ben Bernanke hits at any more quantitative easing. US dollar usually will push up on something like that, even though it's not really the right thing to do, but for some reason, we live in a world where people think the U.S. dollar is a safe bet. So when surprises start to come into the market, a lot of times you see the U.S. dollar pop up, and other pairs sort of start to head down when they're pegged against each other. So keep an eye out for that. We live in a crazy world of currency manipulation, and you never really know when one of these federal chairmen or leader of the central banks come on to speak what they're going to say. So definitely keep an eye out for tomorrow. The last pair that I want to take a look at, one of the most important in my opinion, is the US dollar Canadian dollar, which currently, if you look at the daily bars, is in pretty strongly overbought range. So a few days ago, back on the 24th, we had a break to the upside, a gap to the upside over the weekend, and a push up past this overbought level at around 75. Since then, we've continued to push even higher, meaning that if you had shorted, you would currently be down money. But what that means if you haven't shorted is that right now you have a much better price. So if we do break above this 1.0336 level, which is an important level dating back from we'll say end of June, early July, and we do start to even possibly push up to around 1.044. This might be an even better spot to short the pair. So putting on a pretty large position here, and a high probability one if we do continue to see a push to the upside, is definitely going to be a big play for this pair. So keep an eye out, especially if we start to see a lot of volatility in the market tomorrow with the announcements. Keep an eye out on this pair. If we do start to see a large push to the upside, then make sure that you are on the lookout for a possible short, because we are reaching strongly overbought territory. So definitely keep an eye out on these few pairs. If you want to take a look at some of the shorter time frames, it wouldn't be a bad idea either. But that's all we have for today. So thank you very much for watching, and good luck trading out there.